What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? All right, so this is episode 19 of the Life of the Champ podcast with Brianna and Jada. So obviously, if you watched one of the last podcasts, you've seen Bri was in here, highly requested guest. So we definitely had to have her back on, the highest requested guest to come back on. So there's that, and then we also have Jada. So Bri, reintroduce yourself just in case people don't know you.
Um, I'm Champ's sister.
Okay,
I think that's all I said last time.
all right, fair enough.
I'm Jada. I'm Bree. I call her Braun. I'm Braun's best friend. She's my best friend. I'm claiming her. She's my soulmate. We've been friends for a long time.
There you go. There you go. And how long have you guys known each other for?
It's over 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Over 10 piece. Okay. Okay. So I've known Jada for like about the same time, roughly.
Yeah.
I was just a lot younger, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Alyssa.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
See?
Make sure you subscribe as well. Awesome. All right. So first thing we're gonna get into today, we have a few things planned to talk about. So we're gonna go ahead and start talking about. We had mentioned. What did you guys say you want to talk about first?
Day one since day one.
Okay, so friends. Okay, so we'll talk about more about friendships. Okay, so for friendships, right? So nowadays, I would say it's very hard to have a friend longer than a few years. Sometimes it's some petty issues that get in the way. Regardless of what it is, obviously they've been friends for a pretty good amount of time. And if you have watched any of the previous episodes, my friend Anthony comes on very often. He is also somebody I've been friends with for just about the same amount of time as they've been friends. What do you guys think has been one thing that has glued you guys together to be this long in friendship? Like, what do you think is the one thing if you had to put one thing on it?
I'll say one thing and then you could say one thing.
All right, go ahead.
I would say, to be honest, I feel like, I mean, this is not maybe for everyone, but for me and Jada, I feel like we're very similar people.
Okay.
Um, like on the outside and the inside. And I feel like we've just always had a deep, better understanding of each other.
Okay.
And I think us talking about like things that happen in our life or like what we're going through and realizing that we like really truly understand each other and like get it like no problem. Maybe similar things in our life. Just I think that.
Okay, so you pretty much is just a deep understanding of each other. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Would
the
you?
first thing that came to my mind was just our connection.
Okay.
Um, there's like never a moment where I was like, I don't fuck with her. Like,
For
I
sure.
never, like the moment I met you in 7th grade or sixth,
6th grade.
in 6th grade.
Damn. God
Yeah.
damn.
I liked her. She was a little bit shy, but like so was I. So like just our connection, like we immediately had a connection. We could be friends. We vibe, and also like she said on the outside, like we're both Latina and have like younger parents. Our parents were like together as teenagers and had us pretty young, so we've always had that in common. And like just like a family background. We both really value our families and we have always had that in common.
Yeah, definitely a lot in common. Definitely contributes to a friendship that lasts that long. One thing I will say about my own friendship that I've had with my boy Anthony is is our ability to let shit go and not let it linger too long. If we've had an issue, which we haven't had that many issues in the, like I said, roughly 10 years that we've been friends. If we did have any issues or any like moments of frustration, we were able to just like let go of it instead of like I said, letting it linger on. So
Mm.
that's definitely one thing I would credit um, having that solid foundation as well. So another thing we'll talk about today. So let's get into music. Okay, so what are three songs that you've been listening to right now? Like I said, if we were to hop in your car right now, these would be the first three songs that are on. What would you say for you, Bree?
Okay, I have some.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. I would probably play. See, I'm a person I like to re-listen to the same songs.
Fair enough.
Like it's just a different vibe for me. I just listen to the same damn songs. So if us three were in a car right now, I'm playing Pipe Down by Drake.
Pipe Down, great song.
I don't
Great
think
song.
there's a lot of songs that don't get old to me, so I have to just keep playing them.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, what's another one?
Me?
Yeah. You're supposed to have three.
Yeah, I have on well, maybe if I was by myself, I would listen to On Track by Tame Impala and also Pyramids by Frank Ocean.
For sure. For sure.
You would listen to that with me in the
Pretty
car.
good. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
What's good, KJ? What's good? All right, for you, Jada, who would you say is your top 3 songs? Like I said, if we gotta hop in the car, we'd be listening to those for sure.
I'm the same way. I replay my favorites. So I'm going to say Immortal by Kid Cudi.
Mortal, for sure.
I love that album so much. And then Ron said this last time. She said I Wonder by Kanye West.
Fantastic. Gotta like that. Come on now.
You
That's
listen
a
to
record
it,
right
you're
there.
like, fuck, dude.
I got to listen to it every day now because it's
Yeah.
just
That shit takes you
so
back
good.
for sure.
Honestly.
Yeah, for sure. And then Anything by Tame Impala.
Anything by Tame Impala? Okay, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, you guys been messing with Tame Impala a lot
Oh yeah.
recently.
We
for
saw
sure.
him twice.
We
in
saw
like
him
a
twice
6 months.
together.
In like a 6-month span, saw him twice together.
What do you think? What do you think makes him unique compared to like somebody else? Like, I feel like there's people that make similar type of music, but what draws you into him specifically? Or yeah,
I don't know. Every song's good. Like
every song is good.
every song is good, but it's like when you first listen to the album, you're like, you're not quite sure. Like it's not like this one's my favorite. Like you're not really quite sure.
That's good.
But then you listen to it the second time, and then
You're like, I kind of fuck with it.
This
yeah,
is the one. All right.
so it's just weird. It's different.
Yeah.
don't know.
For me, I feel like each song has its own vibe. Like just the
True.
music in the back. For me, it's his voice also, and like the way he hits those notes. I can't.
Okay, for sure, for sure.
It makes me feel some type of way for sure. Seeing in concert was pretty insane.
Out of body experience, would you say?
Yeah.
Spiritual.
Spiritual,
we-
spiritual journey.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's
The
crazy.
visuals you see, what you hear, like it was insane that we had to go
For sure.
again to see him.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate each of the performances? Because obviously you said you went to 2 different things. What would you rate each of them?
We're
would-
gonna have the same answer.
Wait, so the first one was like
His concert.
concert. Yeah, okay.
Like his tour.
Okay.
That one,
Be honest with me.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that one was better.
yeah.
It was
For sure.
better because we were actually in an arena, so his laser show, the light show, and like it was loud enough, but the lasers, like you could see it on that wall, you could see it on the ceiling, you could see it on that wall.
True.
And it was in an arena, so the sound was just better. They can be louder, there's less restrictions, whereas the second concert was at a festival, so there's restrictions on how loud they can actually have the speakers. The lasers were outside. There was a laser show still, but like that really, if you listen to Tame Impala, you know the lasers, you need that.
Yeah.
So
I would
Yeah.
I would say the concert was better. But both were
both were still
Good.
like definitely amazing for sure.
insane.
I would go to both again.
Go to
I
both again,
actually
for sure.
am thinking about going out of state just to see
That's
again.
that's crazy for sure. But hey, if you say it's worth it and if it's that good of a time, then
Hey,
to
to me, I
definitely
don't even
definitely
care.
have to go.
I don't
see
even
it.
care if I'm going by myself. I try to
That's
go.
crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, I remember Bree showed me some videos from the concert, and yeah, the visuals are, man, they're wild
It's
for
just
sure.
the way they go with the whole song.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's I would say okay, the visuals they're crazy. I went to the Don Toliver concert when he came last year. The visuals are wild and too crazy for sure. And then what would you rate individually? Like okay, so for the first concert on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
11.
Damn, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
honestly,
Yeah.
it was too good.
Like our seats kind of sucked, and it was still an amazing experience.
So you think if you was up close, it would be like 11 out of 10?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I was on the floor. I have a video of me and Jada when it first started and like all the
I was
lights were
just gonna say
flashing.
that.
All the lights were flashing. Where we're both like,
Like when he's just
Shook.
about to go on, when like the lights get low.
yeah, when they're like, when it's like, yeah,
And you can literally see like the love in our eyes. Like our eyes light up and we look at each
we
other.
were like shook. We were like, oh
this
fuck,
is
it's
the
about
moment.
to fucking happen right now. Like
That's
it was
such a
crazy.
fucking cool experience for sure.
It was.
And the festival, I would probably give it maybe like a 9.
9. Okay. What'd you say? That's crazy. Even the wow.
Dude, I'm
Wow.
telling you.
Festival, I would have to say, if we're just talking about Tame Impala, I'm gonna say 9 just because we weren't that close. Like I said, the restrictions on how loud it could be. So, when like you're vibing in the car as loud as it goes, and you think to yourself like, "Damn, I want to hear this in concert," because you can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that as much as you would hope. So I'll give it an 8.
Okay, for sure. That's pretty good. Have you guys went to any concerts this year?
Just the festival.
Okay.
Was
We
that-
got some.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
It was last year, right?
The concert was last year.
Yeah,
The
okay.
festival was this year.
So you guys haven't been to any other concerts
No,
this year?
but I got a few lined up.
Which ones you got lined up?
T-Pain.
T-Pain.
We're
T-Pain.
gonna see T-Pain.
Why?
T-Pain is coming, and I want to see him.
Okay, for sure.
I know.
You gonna go to that Chris Brown?
Yeah, I'm going.
You are?
Go.
Yep, I'm going.
Noe tried to invite me. He asked me if I wanted to go. If I was a bigger fan of Lil Baby, I would definitely go. But honestly,
Oh, it's Lil Baby and Chris Brown?
Yeah,
yeah,
That makes it even better.
I know.
in my opinion,
I'm
just-
going.
I just don't listen to Lil Baby enough. Drake's son, but yeah,
True.
he's
That's why his name's Lil Baby.
he's not-
Drake's
he's
Lil
not-
Baby.
he's not bad, but he's just I don't know. I feel like a lot of his songs sound like the exact same, in my opinion.
True. I feel like it's still gonna be good though.
Oh hell yeah, no, it'll be a good vibe though for sure. I don't know how much the tickets are going for, so
Yeah, I don't even care. I'm getting right front center.
that's crazy. All right. And then for me, I'll go ahead and tell you some songs I'm listening to right now. So first one I got, "Wait for You." Future just came out with an album. It technically came out today, but it came out last night. That's definitely one song that I like very much. And then I've been listening to Wiz Khalifa's older albums. He has 2 songs on one of his older albums. One's called California, the other's called Amber Ice. Those songs have been 10 out of 10 recently. Just for whatever reason. And then so those are my 3 songs. There you go.
I've seen Wiz Khalifa in concert twice.
Dude.
Contact High for sure.
Fuck.
Twice.
Contact high?
High? Yeah.
For sure.
For
Okay,
sure.
for sure.
On
Yeah.
Purpose
That was-
High.
Me at Tame Impala.
So yeah, for sure.
At Tame Impala, the festival. Bruh.
Yeah, well, you were standing next to us, so.
But I also feel like other people were doing it too, and I was like, dang.
Do you remember? So me and Bree a few years back. It was in 2018. We went to a Drake concert, right? I remember that.
Drake
You
and
remember that?
Migos.
Drake and Migos concert. Fantastic concert, by the way.
2018. What a vibe.
What a vibe!
What a
Oh
vibe.
my gosh,
Migos too. Like,
you don't understand. It was just what a great time.
It was good.
what a time to be alive.
The craziest part about it, right?
Truth.
To this day, right? Me and Bree, what it smell like?
What?
What it smell like there?
Yeah. I don't know how they got it in, but
I don't know. I didn't see anybody smoke
Hey,
the entire time.
when the
The
song
entire time.
when the song "Free Smoke" came on, dude, all of a sudden, it was cloudy. You just
No
smelled
way.
it.
Bro, you just didn't see where it was coming from though. It's crazy.
Like I feel like I smelt it like throughout, but as soon as "Free Smoke" started playing, everyone was like, "Fuck, time to light up." We were like, "Damn."
Yeah, it was like I said, what a vibe though for sure. And then KJ has a few questions. So a lot of Lil Tecca. It's my favorite. Honestly, I'm not really too hip on Lil Tecca. I think he looks weird, but that's just my opinion. Does anyone like Waka Flocka Flame 2010 version?
I love.
All right, there you go.
Can I say something? I met Waka Flocka.
Did you?
Have you heard this story?
No, I have not.
I
feel like I
dead
told you.
ass. I met Waka Flocka.
Did you just like
So
nice to meet you? Like how'd it go?
it was my first and only time I have ever been to Old Town Scottsdale, and apparently he just hangs out there. I didn't know that, but it was just one of his nights. He was hanging out there, and there's a club there. Like I said, I've only been there once, so I don't know what this club is called, but apparently he goes there all the time. So it was one of the nights he was there like performing, but he was just walking down the street, and me and my friends were. It was the end of the night, so when we saw him and we were like talking to him like, "You look like Waka Flocka," and he said, "I am." We didn't believe him.
Damn.
And we were like, "This dude, you guys, this guy."
Somebody come get this man.
And then so like me and my friends drunk, very drunk, posted that on our Snapchat stories, and then the next morning wake up to find out that was Waka Flocka, and we did meet Waka Flocka.
That's
Like
crazy.
he posted on his like Instagram story that he was at that
Yeah.
Wow.
place.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild. What a story. I've-
Intel, that's what the club is called.
You say
We
Intel.
didn't go there. I've never been there, but it's called Intel.
So that's just the one he goes to, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. That's a fun
Dude.
experience though.
But like honestly, like I would fucking say that shit too. If like why would I think
There's
someone
no security. He was just casually walking down the street.
yeah, why would I
Wow.
fucking believe him? Well, unless I actually
That man's
knew.
brave, man. That man's
If
brave.
I
True.
was sober, I would believe him,
Yeah.
but because I was cross-eyed, I was like,
There's no way.
that's not
Okay,
him.
dude, whatever,
is not
sure.
him.
For sure. All right, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. All right, next thing I would like to
yes,
talk
I do
about.
fuck with him.
So yeah, okay, there we go. All right, next thing I want to talk about is talk about your business you have, Jada, right? So how long you been doing it?
We can say I've been officially self-employed for a year and 4 months.
Very good, very good.
I
No clap for
title
Rika.
myself.
All
Thank
right, there you go.
you so much. You can just say that I'm a cosmetologist. That I have my cosmetology license. I've had it since 2017, 2018. So I was doing hair originally, and then the past 3 years I've been doing eyelash extensions and hair. But now eyelash extensions full time, work from home, lash from home, and then I
Wait,
do
so you only
hair.
do eyelash extensions? That's it?
No, I do
Oh, you do both, okay.
hair 2 days out of the month, and I rent a booth from a salon to do that.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Which one do you like doing more?
Eyelashes.
Why is that? 'Cause it's just quicker?
Um,
I would assume it's quicker. I'm not too sure, honestly, because I've never.
It's
that
not
happened.
quicker. I mean,
Okay.
like to get. I'm not sure what you know about eyelash extensions,
Not
but
much. Not
to
much.
get your first full set, like as the client, you lay there with your eyes closed for almost 3 hours. So that's not short.
What?
Yeah. A hair appointment is about 3 hours anyways, but you're talking, you can eat, you can drink, you can walk around. Eyelashes, you have to lay there still with your eyes closed. But once you have that initial full set and you just come in for your fills, if you would like to keep up that look, then the fills can take 30 minutes or up to almost 2 hours. So I prefer doing eyelash extensions because it's just like more of a guaranteed look. Whereas with hair, there's a lot of factors
Mm-hmm.
you got to put into your formula based on this client, and you know, it can get a little bit more complicated. Whereas with lashes, I see exactly what I'm doing. I know the end result, and I know my client's gonna love it. And if there's a chance that they want to tweak something, it's super easy to do that the next time they come in for their fill. Whereas with hair, you know,
You gotta wait it out.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking about like you doing hair, right? Have you ever like you knew you messed up on somebody's hair,
yeah.
and then you just here's the thing, you got to
Yeah.
be like you're like an entire actor. Like I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Like
No,
You're
like
looks great.
sweating, like I love it, girl. It looks so good.
fucking stop the cap.
Oh,
Damn, that's
yeah,
fucked up.
like,
Where's
let
the
me-
button?
Like,
got
they're
your
like,
hair.
can you get a picture of the back? And I'm like,
Oh my god.
it's been a real,
Sure, you can see the back.
it's been a real long time since I've done that. Like a really long time, but
That's good.
it's
That's good.
definitely happened for sure.
Yeah, I always think about that when I'm getting my haircut. I'm like, dude, he fucks up right here. He's not gonna tell me he fucked up.
Your barber's never been honest. Has he fucked up and just?
I don't honestly. Well, I don't know. I don't know
Maybe
if
not
he's
the
fucked up.
current one.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I've had like some type. I wouldn't say he fucked up, but he's like, it looks less than desirable for what I want to look like, right? But I wouldn't say he necessarily fucked up. But I feel like just my hair, and like I said, I'm not gloating or anything. I feel like just my hair alone, I could probably make an average barber look above average. I'll say that.
Okay.
So
True.
Okay.
so even if you fuck up a little bit, it'll probably still look okay. But yeah.
You should do a little something.
Hey, you've had a long journey with that.
Oh yeah, no, for damn sure.
There's
That's what I'm saying, that's
Jeff
what I'm
has
saying.
had his moments. Bad haircut.
Down,
pissed off
fucking
the whole day.
terrible. That whole rest of the day, fucking ruined. The whole week,
Scream
ruined.
crying type of shit.
No, your mom
Ruined.
likes to tell those stories, so I've heard
does.
them.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
But now he found the one.
Hey,
All that matters.
well, yeah, I found a good barber. That's for damn sure. To say the very least. All right. So, how many days a week? I know you said you do hair 2 days out of the month, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many days a week do you actually work,
Um, it's kind of different
or is it just kind of like,
because
um,
I make my own schedule, so it's kind of like it's different every week. But I will work 6 days or 7 days a week. But in that 7 days, there may be a day where I only took one client. So I will consider that to myself a day off because I just went in for an hour or two, and now I have the rest of the day to do whatever I want. So, like, I'm kind of overworking myself, but I'll I'll have days where I get to have that break.
okay, yeah, which brings me to the next thing that I wanted to mention. How do you like the extra time and flexibility that it gives you? Obviously, I know you're kind of like you're not exactly locked in to it, but you're like I said, you have your moments of if you have one client a day, you obviously have that rest of your day to do whatever you would like.
Yeah.
So how do you like that like flexibility?
I love it. But at the same time, like now that I've been doing it for over a year, I can definitely see the negatives and positives for sure. So like from the outside, like it sounds all positive. Like I make my schedule, I'm the one in charge of my clients, I'm the one in charge of my prices. Um, if I don't want to work that day, I can just text all my clients and, be like, sorry, we're gonna have to reschedule you.
Mhm.
So it's awesome, but at the same
Say
time,
we're gonna have to reschedule you.
yeah,
I'm actually gonna have to reschedule
Me
you.
and
me
my
and you,
company.
we're gonna
Yeah.
have to work something out. So yeah, I mean, I love it, but sometimes the thought of having a set schedule and like knowing like I'm going to have these days off this week, let's plan something. Whereas maybe I'll try and plan a day off for myself like, oh, I don't have anyone booked Wednesday, like I won't work Wednesday. Let's try and make plans. But then maybe that same day or Tuesday comes and I have four people who are like, "Do you have an opening for me tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Well, technically I do, so yeah." And then I won't have that day off, or I'll have to cancel.
Hey, the
plans.
money's not gonna make itself.
Exactly.
You're right. You're right. And then so like you can do those types of things around cosmetology like um under somebody. If that makes any sense? You know what I'm talking about. What made you want to be self-employed within that, like specifically?
Years of shitty managers that
Okay.
I did not like. Like maybe I vibed
Yeah,
with
put
them
them on
as
blast right now. Put them on blast right now.
I'm sorry, but like maybe I vibed with you as a person, but not as a manager. Like
I hate those fucking people, by the way.
it sucks.
Hey.
It really sucks because they promise you a lot and they say, "I'm not gonna micromanage you." No, it's chill here. I promise. And it is not chill. Maybe it was chill for the first day, but after that, why are you breathing down my neck?
For
Like
sure.
if I don't have a client and I did the towels, I cleaned, I did
She's
X,
hurt.
Y,
She's
and
fucking
Z.
hurt. She's hurt. I can
Leave me
fucking
alone.
see it.
Leave me alone. Let me be on my phone. If I did all my duties, damn.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. I can understand that. And then I have another question for you. What would be your three pieces of advice to girls who kind of want to start up the same type of business or like niche? What would be your three pieces of advice?
I would tell them you're not going to be good at it at first.
Damn.
If you
You're
are,
the fool. You got to adopt the role as a fool, fellas.
if you're awesome at it at first, that's great. Fucking stick with that, roll with that, promote yourself. But you're gonna have to work for it and you're gonna be hard and you're gonna fuck some people's shit up. You're gonna give some people the fuck your shit up special and you just have to
the
smile.
special, the
You
special.
just have to
Damn.
smile. If you want to be honest, you can. It took a while for me to learn that I can be honest and tell them like in my heart I would like to fix this for you. But yeah, you're not going to be good at it at first. It's going to take a while. It may take years, but once it feels good when you realize, oh, I'm getting better every time. It's a really good feeling and it's very motivating and it makes you want to work hard and book more people because it's like, I'm just going to keep getting better. And I know the next time you come see me and I do your lashes or I do your hair again, you're going to like it even better than the last time.
Okay, for sure.
So
So
keep
that was you said that was that one piece of advice?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say? Two more things.
Two more things. Save. If
Yep.
you're gonna be completely self-employed, that's what we're talking about. You are in charge of your taxes at the end of the year. there's no 20% getting taken out of your paycheck, so you're responsible for that. When taxes are due, it's going to be thousands, girl. You better save. Save for that. And then third piece of advice would be, like, it has to be more than just a service. People have to like who you are.
It's an experience.
My clients are spending hours with me. If they don't like me as a person, even though I did amazing on their hair, they might not want to come back to me because they just would rather spend their time elsewhere. They have to like your energy and feel that like you're in this with good intentions,
Mm-hmm.
not just about money.
So when it comes, another question I have is when it comes to like building clientele, like do you have like a specific like marketing tactic that you use, or like I know it's obviously throughout the years, you obviously build more of a clientele, but for somebody that's just getting started, how would you say like what's the best way to market it, or what's the best way to get as much clientele as you can, or just word of mouth?
My answer is not going to be a good one because I don't really market myself. I don't really post on my beauty Instagram. Like, I don't post on my lash Instagram that much. It's more like word of mouth and dead ass manifesting. Like,
You're just manifesting.
like
Okay.
I get new clients from like word of mouth, like from my own clients, and someone's like, "Oh my god, girl, I love your lashes." And they're like, "You need to see my girl. I love her. Not only are my lashes awesome, but like I love her." And then they come see me. But I am writing in my journal, I am full on believing that I am attracting the people that want to be attracted to me, and like who we will benefit each other beyond the service. Just that energy exchange and the time we spend together is going to be something that we will both benefit.
Yeah, mutually beneficial relationships for sure. Manifesting that's fantastic.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Very, very good.
I feel like Jada also does if you refer me to someone, I'll give you like
True.
percentage
It's
off.
basically like an incentive.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Okay.
you refer someone to me, both of you get X amount off.
Very, very good. That definitely helps for sure. Bree, do you have any questions for her?
For saying that because forgot it.
Not really. I kind of already know everything.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I just told her something she forgot. So like,
Yeah.
Hey, hey, that's clutch right there. That's clutch.
sometimes I be knowing more. Just kidding.
All right. Next thing I want to talk about is we'll get into it.
Do the viewers have any questions?
Yeah, so we got about 4 viewers in here, so I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe, and if you're here right now, if you like any of the things we're talking about or have any questions, make sure you leave a comment. It would be much appreciated.
Keep wanting to hold your hand.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Okay. All right.
See it there.
Scared.
All right. Yeah, we'll wait a little bit, see if people are trying to comment. Did you have anybody? Do you know anybody that's watching or that you said that they would watch? Did you tell anybody you're coming on? You just feel like, all right, you're just here.
I told my little sister. I told my clients.
She posted it.
I
Whoever.
posted it on my Snapchat.
For sure. That's funny. All right. So yeah, let's just get into the because I'm excited. I'm excited for this next topic, right? All right. So we were talking about friends, right? And obviously, once you become an adult, it's a little bit harder to make friends. Would you say?
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got high school, elementary school, middle school. It's a lot easier to make friends because there's a lot of people around your same age. So, becoming older, what would you say you look for in a friend nowadays?
Well, I feel like for me, I say for us, since we've had the same friends since high school, it's been easy. I feel like it is harder to make friends now. Maybe because we're stubborn and we want to stay with the same friends, but also like it's hard to trust anybody.
Facts, though. Facts.
And I feel like me and Jada and our friends are all on the same page of like, it's not just like being friends with someone. You have to for us, you have to have the same vibe, the same energy. Like, I feel like we can't just be friends with just anybody. Like, you have to have the same type of vibe.
Same goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
for
similar.
Goals.
For
And
sure,
like,
for sure.
yeah. But like, then I would say if I was trying to make a friend now, they would have to have that. They would have to have the same vibe. I mean, I
What is
feel
that? What does that mean though? What does that mean?
like okay, for me, I feel like I get along with a lot of people. Like a lot of different people, I can, have easy conversation with them.
Okay.
I notice that at work because I work with a lot of different type of people, and like I feel like I can always find something to talk to them about, or like, you know,
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel
um,
the same way.
for me, it's like me trying to make friends. It has to be where like it can't be it can't feel forced, of course. Like I can't feel like I have to entertain them with something. Um I feel like I like to talk about what I'm feeling, or like if something's going on in my life, I like to talk about it with my
Mhm.
friends and say like I thought I made a new friend and I'm talking to them about it, and they're not really like giving me what I need, or like maybe not saying something.
So would you say empathy plays a part, like being empathetic?
Yeah.
Is that a part of the vibe?
I mean, it
For
could be,
sure.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Miss
just
Pisces.
being having a listening ear
Yeah.
and
But like, like what if they're cool? We're cool, right? We hang out, we're cool, we go out or whatever.
okay.
And I'm like at a low point in my life and I want to talk to someone and I talk to them and they're like kind of just like, eh.
They're like, oh, girl, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Or like, not really like wanting to like talk about it or like really get to know like me. They just want to like go out and just, I'm
Yeah,
really
so
not
you're looking for
gonna.
something deeper than just like a superficial,
Yeah.
like you said, just trying
And
to
I feel like
go out.
that's why it's hard for me to make friends. I just, again, I get along with people, but to actually like hang out with them and
Yeah.
it has to be deeper than that for sure.
Okay, fair enough. Have you made any friends in recent? And if you did, who is that friend? Have you made a friend within the last year?
No,
No friends within
I
the
feel
last.
like, I mean, I've known Sam for 5 years, but I think we've gotten like as close as we are now in the past maybe like 2 years.
Okay.
I would say that's more recent, but we've always been friends. But just like talking more, hanging out more, just been like within like 2 years.
Okay. For you, Jada, what do you look for in a friend?
Um, Someone who will empathize with me.
Okay.
Someone who maybe we have similar goals. Someone who like is spiritual. Someone who isn't gonna think I'm crazy when I tell them I meditated and I felt this way, or like I had this thought and I truly believed it was a download from the universe that I needed to know that. Like,
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep.
That's true.
that
She's
is a
tapped in. She
friend.
tapped in.
If
Okay.
they're gonna laugh at me and be like, "What the fuck did you just say?" That's not my friend. I can't be honest with you.
You're like, oop, well.
I think it may be harder now, like in our generation, because a lot of the time, like some girls, I'm not trying to call anybody out, but like some girls, maybe they're not like actually friends, but they look cute together on Instagram.
Interesting. Or so you saying you see that as like a, would you say trend almost?
Yeah, like maybe like we what we define friends is someone we can talk to and empathize with, but what other people may define as friends is like, are you going to go out with me when I want to go out? Are you going to be here when I need you to be here? And are you going to get as fucked up as I am? And
True.
are we going to take cute pictures together first? And like, are you going to make sure, like, are you going to stay this extra hour to take a cute picture of me so I can post it?
It's
And
true.
like, no shade, like, that's cute, girl. Your picture was fucking cute and I loved it. But like that, I'm
Not
just saying
my
that's
type
just
of
not
friend.
what we look for.
For sure. For sure. Okay.
There's definitely people like that. Little does Jada know, I be taking pictures with her because I know. I'm like, dang,
Why?
people are gonna press like on this Instagram
For sure. For
on
sure.
this post.
No.
All right. So for me personally, what do I look for in a friend? So I made a lot of friends, I would say, recently with my job, of course. The job that I had is definitely a little bit easier to make friends. So I would say I made about maybe like 3 or 4 actual solid friends in the last like year. So that's been pretty good.
Name them.
Name him. I've known him for a while. Um, but I just started becoming friends with him. Well, like I said, in the past year. Jay, he's one of the people I would consider my best friends.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, sure.
Are you
Uh,
watching Jay?
what?
Yeah.
Are you watching Jay?
Jay's
Probably
probably not
not.
watching right now. It's all good though.
Black.
I got him. We got him shirts and everything, so he's pretty good. So yeah, he's definitely one of the people that definitely been easy to get along with. I also have Adrian. Um, got along with him pretty well as well. Definitely had moments where we've gotten really close, and then yeah, I'll say okay. If you're watching this and we've just became friends in the last year, I'm not gonna mention Anthony because I've been friends with him for fucking forever now. So yeah,
He's not.
we'll just leave it like that.
That's a
Anthony's-
brother.
Yeah. Yeah. KJ, come on now, man. Come on now. We've been friends for over a year now. So I was only talking just strictly like a
Recent.
year time.
New friends.
Yeah. One of the things that I look for is definitely consistency. That's definitely something that I look for because if I want to hang out and you deny me too much, I'm just not even gonna ask you to hang out. It has to be something that's I'm. It has to be something that's mutual, right? You have to want the interaction just as much as I want the interaction. And if you don't, and if I don't see you making the effort, then there's just no way we're going to exist. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, like I had mentioned earlier, with me and Anthony being friends for so long, and what it really was the glue is just the ability to drop shit if we have if we're feeling any type of way. Don't let it affect the next hour that we're going to talk. So that's definitely been key as well. So like, for example, me and Jay, let's just say one of us gets irritated or whatever. Um, it doesn't. We just get over it really quickly. So yeah, we just don't let that shit linger. So that's what I would say.
I feel like we don't have that very often in our friend group, believe it or not.
Thankfully.
I feel like I feel like me and Jada had one situation and that was like literally all we needed to never
To know that we were gonna be friends forever.
yeah, like
We
you
were
know.
never not gonna be friends again.
yeah. And type of like I feel like me personally, I don't ever really like get mad at her or get annoyed or anything,
That's great.
but I feel like
She's like, that's great as well.
she's like, woo. I feel like even if I did, like, I don't think I can see myself being mad at her for like a longer than an hour, maybe, just depending on what it is. Like, I don't think so.
No.
That's very
Yeah,
good.
there was that short amount of time where we weren't friends for a little bit,
But you're up now.
yeah,
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
forever.
Forever 8. There you go. All right. So another thing I want to talk about is we'll get into the toxic part of this episode, right? So you got the toxic relationships. So past relationships. What are some toxic traits you see within? We'll just go within people in general. Recently, you would say within the last 2 or 3 years, you've seen um, some consistency with some of these traits. What are some
Like
of those?
anybody.
Anybody? We'll say like either in a relationship or just like you being around somebody.
Friends or just
Yeah.
people,
Whatever.
Hmm.
Well, and after that, we'll go specifically like relationships. So this is where you're gonna take your shots. No, okay.
I think one right off the bat to me, which I would say is toxic, is people that are too much about themselves. Too much about themselves.
Like narcissist type.
Yeah.
Tell
Okay.
'em.
But like
You're passionate
I'm
about
saying
that, aren't you?
I'm saying like whether it's a friendship or a relationship or just I mean even honestly
Okay,
even
just
as
on
a
point right there.
coworker, honestly, like if you're too much about
True.
yourself, everyone's gonna know. Like everyone's gonna be like, we get it. But I feel like even in a relationship, like why are you even in a relationship if you're just gonna be about yourself? You decided to be about another person. You know.
Facts.
True.
Facts. Yeah, you gotta.
Same with
Can't be
friendship,
selfish.
though.
Can't be selfish in that regard.
Yeah,
Hell no.
same with a friendship though. Like,
So like, are you so when? So are you saying selfish within a friendship? Is that what you're saying? So like, is that like taking advantage of the other person? Is that kind of what you were talking about?
yes, but also like,
Like you're just toxic if you're too into yourself.
yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Well, to me anyways, because I feel like in a relationship, like I said, you have to be you decided to make that decision to be about that other person. Okay, but in a friendship, okay, why are you even friends with me then? If you're just gonna be by yourself, not even gonna care about me or what I'm doing or my feelings or anything like that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I
Yeah,
feel like,
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Go no, that's you.
I feel like a coworker, like depending on the job, I guess in my job you work as a team. If you're all about yourself,
You're fucked. You're
You
fucked.
gotta
you are
go.
not with the team.
You got
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of them for me, I would say.
Okay, for sure. Jada, what are some toxic traits that you see within people nowadays?
I'm gonna say ego. I think a lot of people like kind of put their reputation or like what they want people to believe they are in front of who they really are. And
So it's like keeping up with the facade.
yeah,
Okay.
like what are your real intentions? Like who are you really?
Okay.
Yeah.
True.
And then has there been anything in like a relationship? Maybe just doesn't have to be within your relationships, but I'm saying like within a relationship that you've observed. What is like a toxic trait that you see? Like I said, that's been happening recently, more in particular.
I think I'm gonna say
That man KJ knows what he's talking about.
I'm gonna say like if we're talking about relationships, I think you can see sometimes when some people are together just because they like the idea of that person, and you hear that a lot, and it's like, what
Okay.
does that mean? But it's like, yeah, like we get along, and like I like your personality, and like maybe you're attractive and you have a good job, but like that's it.
Okay. So it's just clinging. You said just basically just clinging
Like
on to
this
the idea.
person makes me look good, so I'm gonna stay with you. Like
Oh,
maybe
okay.
you did make me happy in the beginning, but now we just look good together, and
We've been
like,
together for so long, so
so let's
Fuck it,
just
you might
stay
as well,
together.
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's almost
Even-
like settling, right?
yeah. Even though maybe they're not actually happy or they're not progressing or whatever, they're just gonna stay together because that one person can't think of someone better.
Okay. I would definitely say I've seen that as well, and that's definitely a sad reality for some relationships. One toxic trait that I see in people nowadays is lying. Like even there's been some people in my life where you're just lying, and I fucking know you're lying, and I know you're lying, but you still won't
You
admit
got to
that
keep
shit.
up with that.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you actually doing?
I
Yeah.
hate
It's
that.
ridiculous.
I can't. I just giggle. Just giggle in their face when someone tries to do that to
in
me.
their face.
There you go. There you go. That's one way to handle that for sure.
Honestly, it's about. I feel like when it's about the little things that really is just like why
Why'd you
you
lie
even
about
have
that,
to
man?
lie about it. Like if it's so little, like dude.
I wasn't gonna care either way. Why'd you lie about
Yeah.
it? That was really weird.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
Now you gotta remember that lie forever, 'cause I'm gonna remember it.
Damn,
It
that's
might come
crazy.
up again, and you need to remember
Yeah.
your answer.
And then KJ said fake people, which I definitely agree. Yeah,
True.
like kind of like what Jada was talking about, just pretty much just keeping up a facade. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Okay, so is there any other things you recognize in people that you would deem to be toxic? Maybe like I said, a specific quality. Anything else?
Hmm. Having too much pride, maybe, but like I feel like that could be good and bad.
True.
Like
True.
I feel like, maybe I've just experienced it with it being bad, but I feel like it also could be good. Of course.
Like if you have too much pride, you can't even listen to what the other person's saying and what their problems are, 'cause you're just immediately like, nope, they're crazy.
Yeah.
I am perfect. There's no issues here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like listening with the intent of responding instead of like
Exactly.
trying to add to like what they were saying, pretty much.
Mhm.
Okay, I definitely have to agree. For you, Jada, do you have anything else?
I can't think of any.
For sure, for sure. And I did want to mention this one thing as well. Um, my grandpa had sent me it. He wanted me to mention it, so I'll mention it for sure. He said it's a thing. He says identifying toxic people. I'll just pretty much give you the synopsis of it. So they are controlling. They're never wrong. One thing. Okay. With bringing up this toxic thing, before I even get into that completely, do you guys believe in gaslighting?
Yes.
And if you do, go ahead and explain it for me.
Yeah. Like when you know you're right, or like you know something made you upset, or you know what that person did. If you did that to them, they would be upset.
Interesting.
But they're
Okay.
telling you, no, what are you talking about? You're overreacting. Why are you even mad? It's fine. I would never do that to you. Or like,
But it's all cap though.
if you did that to me, I wouldn't care. What are you talking about? Like, we're just friends, or just that's gaslighting for sure.
Okay. What would you define as gaslighting, Brie?
Um, I would say, obviously, yes, that. But also, I think like it's a lot of like leading on.
Okay.
So like like
Mm.
like you want to, and you know you're leading this person on for like just it doesn't matter what it is, just anything. It could be leading on a conversation. It could be a compliment. It could be anything.
Like
So do you-
little white lies.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another question for you guys. Who do you think does it more, men or women?
Lies?
Gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
Gaslights. I'm gonna have to say men.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Who you be gaslighting?
No, I'm not. But I feel like girls definitely do.
They definitely do for sure.
They definitely do. They trying to finesse.
Finesse.
Let me think of a time I gaslit someone.
I'm not saying I personally did it. Maybe I'm not. I mean,
Ah.
if I did, I didn't know.
Right.
Hold on, I got you.
Stop the cap.
Nah, exactly. Ain't no fucking way.
But I'm gonna do it too. Hey,
Okay, so you guys both say men. Okay. How do men do it? Through your observations, how do men do it?
Like my example earlier, just when you know you're right, they're like, "What you talking about? No."
Okay. Bree?
that's definitely happened to me.
Okay. So is there nothing else? Is there no other way of doing it that you see in men? All right. So okay, how would you say women do it?
Mm.
You said like leading somebody on, right?
Yeah. Or like
Oh.
just knowing like they're getting something out of it.
Oh. You mean like women maybe gaslight because they're just trying to get like a free meal?
That's fucking
Is that what you're trying
toxic to the max.
to say? Is it
Max.
toxic?
You out here because I'll explain this, right?
I'm not
'Cause
saying
girls
for
do this
me,
all the
I don't
time.
do that.
Girls do this all the time, right? They're trying to get what they want out of the interaction when they know damn well the guy wants something out of the interaction that's different than what she wants.
Mm.
That
I
is
think I see what you're trying to
crazy,
say
crazy.
between the lines.
Am I wrong? All right. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, by the way. But hey, all right. So okay, going back to what I was saying, they're draining, they're deceptive, they're liars, and they are delusional. So kind of like what you mentioned. pretty much.
Honestly, that explains like all of what you just said
Narcissist.
explains a person that I know. All of it.
That's
Not one thing on there was like, no, they actually don't do that. It was everything.
everything.
Everything. I'm dead ass. Everything.
Damn.
That's crazy. That is
Hey.
wow.
I feel sorry for myself. That's all I gotta say.
Wow.
I know somebody like that. I know.
You want to go ahead and let that person know or what? No?
Hey, they know.
They know. Okay, for sure. All right, for sure.
I was gonna say, should I tell him? But
Damn, that's crazy.
just kidding.
It's okay. They know who they are.
All right, for sure. All right.
Actually, you know what? Because they're all of that, they don't fucking know that they don't know. They don't know that they're that person. They think they're
They
just
think
the
they're
shit.
not toxic.
Yeah, they think they're the shit. They think like, fuck it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, could
She's
never be
crazy.
me.
She's crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Hey,
That's crazy.
exactly.
That's crazy. All right. Is there anything else? So, okay, first, I want to know your first impression of being on a podcast. Have you ever been on a podcast before?
Never.
Okay, what is your first impression?
Um,
What was your initial going into it? What were your expectations?
Well, I was a little nervous.
Fair enough. Bree,
Yeah, I was
Naturally.
nervy.
shots fired. Come on now.
Me and Braun were texting like, "Oh my gosh, what are we gonna talk about?" But now that I'm here, it's chill. I
For sure.
was prepared for it to be chill. I was prepared to like goof off a lot more and like think of something silly and laugh when I'm like supposed to be serious, and that didn't happen. So
Well, like I said, we can have like goofy conversations,
Yeah.
but like I said, there has to be some type of structure. At least that's through. More podcasts go better if there's at least a little bit of structure, some guidance, right?
yeah, I'm liking the guidance and the structure.
For sure, for sure.
I have another thing to say about toxic relationships.
All right, go ahead.
Actually, the way I said how me and Jada weren't friends at one point
Okay.
had to do with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like,
What do you want to go into that a little bit?
yeah. So like, I know she has her own like story, but for me, like, it was me being in a toxic relationship, and I feel like at a certain point when you're in a toxic relationship, that's all you know at that point, and you don't really like know how it's affecting the people around you.
Okay.
Okay. So for Jada, she didn't, I feel like it's one of those things where like, okay, it's toxic, and your friends are like trying to tell you like, hey, it's toxic, but you just are like, you don't listen, or like you don't, or either you don't see it at that point, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dang, you got something
No,
to
yes,
say?
yes,
Damn.
yes, yes, I do. One of the things I just wrote down is, what do you think is the proper way to tell your friend that they're in a toxic relationship? Because obviously it didn't get through to you the first time,
Damn. Hey.
but eventually did. By the way, Bree's nails are so beautiful.
They are.
This
Look at her
man,
nails.
this man. Hey, relax. They're okay. They're okay. I'm messing up.
Well, let me just, I'm going to finish really quick. Just wrap it up. Basically, I didn't see it at that point, or even if I did, I wasn't in a place to get out of it. And, like your friends see what you're going through and they're like, dude,
I tried to tell her.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people did, but it's okay. You live and you learn,
Yeah.
like I said.
We
But
were
it was
young.
Yeah, it was kind of both ways. It was kind of this person pushing, trying to keep me from my friends, and it was also my friends like not wanting to even hang around me because all I wanted to do was hang around with this person, and like obviously they didn't want to be around this person.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I felt like we kind of distanced for a little bit.
Yeah. There was a time though where I told her I didn't want to be her friend anymore. And it was because of that toxic relationship, and it was just because I couldn't listen to it anymore because it was hurting my heart to know that she was putting herself through this, and there was nothing I could say or do to get her to realize that she deserved better.
Okay.
So I tried to tell her, like, by literally saying, you deserve better. You don't deserve this. Yeah, it's going to suck. Yeah, it's going to hurt, but you'll get over it eventually, and someone else will show you that that's not how you deserve to be showed love.
Okay.
That's how you should tell your friend, and the chances are of them listening are very slim. Like, they'll hear you, and deep down they know you're right, but they're not in a place to leave that person.
Okay. So that's pretty fair. I feel like it all goes back to how you preface it. So like, if you have, for example, let's just say Bree was in a toxic relationship, right? I would just sit down with her, like, Bree, I care about you very much, right? But I feel like there's things that are holding you back. So I'm just giving you an example, right? I just think the way you introduce the idea of like I said, sitting down and having a serious
Mhm.
conversation can definitely go a long way, rather than just saying, hey, like I don't think you should do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might get to them a little bit differently. And then what was I going to say? Jada, for you, do you feel like you made the right decision within that? Obviously, you got the. Okay, go ahead. I want to know your opinion. Do you think you made the right decision within distancing yourself from Bree?
No. And I
Okay.
know that now because it took me being in my own toxic relationship to realize that. But it was wrong. And I realized that because for you in that time, you needed a friend. And even though I didn't want to listen to what you had to say about that person, and I was really sick of it, like, you needed a friend. And in that time, like, even maybe, like,
Anybody got a tissue?
like, you just need a friend when you're that low because it's your own self-esteem. It's your own self-esteem that you have a problem with and your own values. And she just didn't realize her potential and her value. And, you know, not being friends with that person is making them feel even lesser and making them run to that person even more and giving that person even more power because they're like, see, I told you I'm the only one here for you. I told you that.
Damn, yeah, you're right. Damn, I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that's not
Damn.
true. That person never had good intentions.
I
They
feel
don't
like-
have good intentions.
I see Jada's point also, but also like from being in that, I also know, like if I had a friend that was going through that, I would definitely like even if they distance themselves from me, I would still be
Reach
like
out to them.
there for them because they're gonna need somebody when they're out of that toxic relationship because that is gonna take probably a big toll on them and they're gonna need people to be there for them afterwards.
For sure. So,
But
so
I
you
feel like
say-
definitely after that relationship is when me and Jada rekindled.
And then I started my own bad relationship.
But I don't see like I don't feel any type of way towards Jada for doing that, honestly, because again, you don't realize what you're doing and how it affects other people when you're in that situation at all. Like you're literally like people will tell you all the things, all the cliche things, you deserve better, blah blah blah. And you're going to like she said, you know it deep down, but you're just going to be like it's just
They're just saying that.
Yeah.
But you know.
yeah, but also it's just like either you're not ready for it, like you're not ready to end it. Because honestly, when it's toxic, there's like something like something mentally happens to you, to where you like either like you just have to be ready for it to end, or like there's something that you can't end it. Like I feel like I've heard a lot of people say that, like even like on social media, like when people tell stories about their toxic ex or something, like
Like there had to be something to finally break the straw
yeah,
on the
like
camel's
for
back.
some reason
Yeah,
they
I was
couldn't
just
do it
about to ask you
Something
that.
had
themselves.
to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to answer that specifically. Like you said, you guys have both admitted that you've pretty much been in a toxic relationship at one point. Like I said, we don't have to get into it if you don't want to. But what do you think was, like Jada had mentioned, the final straw that actually broke the camel's back? What was the tipping point for you guys? Where you're like,
Well, I have my own.
yeah, well, that right there, yeah, no, I'm fucking
my
done
own.
after that.
My own?
Yeah.
Actually, these aren't my words. This is like a TikTok I saw, but they said it perfectly. It was when, and it's sad, like, it wasn't even for myself. It was when I realized that if I told anybody this story of what happened to me, or if I was seen in public with this person again, that would be embarrassing on me and a reflection on me, and I can't have that anymore. It wasn't even like, I don't deserve this and I don't want to put myself through this. It's, I know I'm not this person and I don't want other people to think that I'm like this or this be a reflection of who I am, so now I have to walk away. Now I have no one to talk to complain about this, because if I do, that's just embarrassing. If I stay after all of this, that's embarrassing.
Okay, for sure. That's pretty good. Wow, I didn't even think of that shit, honestly.
For me, it's very different.
Okay.
I feel like there wasn't an exact point for me because I wasn't the one that ended it, but it was the fact that the other person ended it, which naturally I had to.
Yeah, you kind of have to do a lot of self-reflection.
You have to get over it.
Okay.
But it's sad to like know that, because I'm like, well, like now that it's been years and I've grown a lot, and I truly feel like I'm a completely different person than I was, but it makes me wonder, like, what if that person never ended it? Like,
Where would you
Who
be
would
at?
you be now?
where would I be at? But also, like, what would have done it for me. Like, honestly, like, people that know my situation know that I went through so much, and like, you would just think like, fuck, dude, you should have ended it a long time ago. But for me, like, I didn't see it that way, and I don't know, maybe it was because I was super young and my mind was just fucking corrupted, and it was at that age where you don't, like, you think you're invincible, and like, you're really trying to,
You're just living in the now.
yeah, like, you don't think of what the future will be like. You just act on, you know.
Act on impulse, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I felt like maybe that had a part in it.
Okay.
But I mean, it was because that person ended it first.
For sure. And one thing I want to mention is when you're looking for your partner, right? One thing that I heard about one time was the person that you're in a relationship is that person a good representation of you? I feel like that question needs to really be asked when it comes to looking for a partner, even assessing the partner that you have now. Is that person a good reflection of you? So when people see you out in public, and that person is obviously, if you're with that person, is that person somebody that by themselves, if you weren't there in that situation, would be able to act in a way that would make you look good, if that makes any sense, right?
Like make you proud.
Yeah, make you proud, right? There you go.
Yeah. When I was in a toxic relationship, I didn't like that idea. Like, no, he doesn't reflect who I am. Like, just because he tweeted some racist ass shit that got nothing to do with me. But now that I'm, out of that space, I'm like, that has everything to do with you, girl. Like, I mean, not everything. I wasn't on his phone fucking tweeting that shit.
But you up
like,
now.
But yeah, but like, I would not. I associate myself with my boyfriend, and I am proud of him and proud to say that's my man. And I'm sure he feels the same and would do the same behind my back. So
For sure. What about you, Bree?
Um,
What do you think about analyzing the person you're with as a representation of you?
I feel like yes. I feel like it has to be what's in their heart.
Okay.
Like, okay, are they a good person? Are they like, I mean, obviously everyone thinks that, but I mean, like, a good person just in their own, like, if they were by themselves, if no one was watching, no one they knew was watching, type of thing, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
And for me, it's a little different because I have a child, so it definitely has to be like a specific type of person.
Okay,
Can't,
for sure.
well, obviously, like, it can't just be anybody. Not, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Like, someone could definitely be like, yes,
gotta have higher standards because of that.
yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And then hold up, I gotta answer one of his comments. I would tell my friend who's in a toxic relationship to be honest and talk him out of it, and to build up the courage to get out of that relationship. Or we just jumped in. Oh my god, you wilding out for that. But yeah, like I said, that initial confrontation, it's a little tricky
hard.
because like they were mentioning earlier, you can easily like, nah, I'm okay. Like, no, you're crazy for saying that about my man, whatever, right? So you have to be very, very conscious, I guess, of the conversation that you're trying to have. You got to be very intentional. And I feel like you need to, like I said, approach it in a very strategic way for it to really give you the result that you're looking for. That's what I will say. All right, so we're an hour 20 minutes in. All right. Is there anything else that you guys would like to talk about, or has there been anything that's kind of like since having the conversation has like sparked your interest and maybe you want to go deeper into something?
I feel like I kind of let it all out.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. All right, I got a few questions for you guys then. All right, first one I want to start with is, in your opinion, what are your 3 best qualities? Because obviously, through my assessment and through my perspective, you guys are definitely some great people. Obviously, I wouldn't allow anyone on my podcast that isn't what I deem to be great people. So what would you define as your 3 best qualities? Like, if you meet somebody for the first time, you want these 3 qualities to be shown. What are these 3 qualities?
I'm gonna say positive. I think I'm pretty positive. Pretty good at seeing the silver lining. I want people to see my intentions. Like, I have good intentions. I'm always going to choose love. I'm always going to try my best to choose love over my ego and over hate. Third quality, I think I'm kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
I think I'm a little silly sometimes.
Okay, for sure.
Um,
Go ahead for you, Bree.
I would definitely say funny. I feel like even if it's not like entirely funny, like sometimes I notice people are like,
Yeah, so like
like-
almost like you having that. You want them to recognize that you have like that witty type of humor, right?
yeah.
Okay, for sure.
So I think that would be one for sure. Because I feel like I'm mostly silly all the time.
Okay, for sure.
I would
Cool.
say, my heart, as in like caring, like they can see it just through conversation. I've been told that a few times actually, where like people like are going through it and maybe I'm not as close with them, like coworkers, maybe I won't like be as close with them, but sometimes they'll be having a day and they come in and it's also like what she said, your energy, the energy I give off, they always are like, hey, like, can I talk to you? Like, do you think I can confide in you for a second? Like, I just really need to get this off my chest, like, talk. And so they're like, I can just feel like you're just, like, you would care. Like, you would sit here and genuinely listen to what I have to say. And
So you would pretty much sum it up to like you're like an empath and you want people to recognize that. You
yeah.
want people to feel that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like people do,
Okay, for sure.
because I've been told. But
Yep.
that's like, I would say that's the main thing. Because I feel like I have, like I just said, like, people will feel the need to confide in me, and that makes me feel good about myself, because like even if I'm not close with them and they feel like they can talk to me about whatever hard thing they're going through or whatever it is, maybe, and they just need someone to listen, like that feels good to me. Like if I can help out anybody or like take the ease off somebody just to let it out,
Mhm.
I would say that's one. And then third one, I would probably say,
I like
You
your
got a lot of
hair.
great qualities, Bree. So come on now, think of one.
I know. Let me pick one.
You got cute nails.
At least KJ thinks so. For sure.
You're a mother.
Hard.
You're a great mother.
It's true. I do be telling everybody that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I showed them. Can't tell them. Come on now.
Well, I show them by showing them that I care about what they're gonna tell me. This has to do with being a mom too, because like
They can feel your motherly instincts.
that's true. I'm trying to think of a third one, but honestly, that is like that's like the overall one right there.
Okay. Those are definitely some pretty good qualities. Pretty good qualities. For me personally, my three best qualities, I would say, one is my honesty. I'm a very honest person. If you have anything if you want somebody's honest, raw opinion, I'm the guy to come to because I will let you know. Like I said, I will let you know so much. Like I said, I'm not afraid of hurting feelings. I will let you know straight up. But at least you can I just hope people recognize that like I'm that genuine enough to tell you straight up. Because like I said, if I genuinely like something, you will know that I genuinely like it. And if I genuinely don't like it, you'll know for damn sure that I genuinely don't like it. So I would say my honesty. Another one I would say is I would say my confidence within things that I care about. If that makes any sense. So like or things my confidence within things I care about. So like almost like the conviction in some of the things that I'm passionate about speaking. So I would say that's definitely one of them. And then the last one I would say is I would say my work ethic. Constantly pursuing things that will bring me fulfillment in the future. So yeah, those are the three best qualities that I would deem for myself.
Very goal oriented.
For sure. Yeah. As you know. And then also with that, what are three things that you're currently working on? Three things that you're lacking right now that you are on the pursuit of trying to get better, I guess. So obviously, the first part of it is obviously recognizing that it's a flaw, or not, wouldn't say a flaw, a weakness, right? And obviously, with all weaknesses, you should be trying to get better at that weakness. So this one obviously is probably gonna take a little bit more thinking. So, what are some of your weaknesses right now? Just give me. If you can't give me 3, just give me like 1 or 2.
I would say, I think I said it in the last one too. Just honestly balancing my life.
Okay, so would you say it's more like time management, or is it more like just mind management?
I think mind management for sure.
Okay.
I would say balancing trying to work, make money, being a mom, making time for myself,
Okay.
my friends. Basically the things that are important to me and things that are needed.
Would you say like separating them, or like working on them individually, or like working on them as like an entire whole?
I would say as a whole.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the
So
sense of, like-
okay, mind management. Okay.
Yeah.
What's another
I
one?
mean, it's just balancing everything. Like I feel like I'm always on the go. My mind is always thinking about a million things. Like it's just jumbled up.
Okay.
So, and then I would say going to the gym. I feel like I've done my part, maybe sometimes lacking.
Come on now.
Hey,
I just started
hey,
going. I just started going again. So hey,
Hey, you know what? I'm
But you-
busy sometimes.
hey, but you're
I have
working
a child.
Hey, you're working. Hey, you can't use that cop out. Come on now.
I
Like, say,
know.
hey, come on now.
I know.
But you're working on it, so you're good.
Yeah.
All right,
I
Jada,
do
for
what I
you.
can.
Hey, there you
I
go.
don't know if I can name 3, but something I'm working on is just like my general health, like drinking more water daily
Okay.
and like eating those 3 meals that you're supposed to eat.
Dang, that's a good one.
Yeah. Healthy meals, that is. I'm trying to like make food at home more often, and it's hard. It's not easy.
You're damn right. You are damn right.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that was one of my answers because I don't be eating 3 meals a day. One if I'm lucky.
God.
It makes me want to trust.
Dude, my friends are like, every time I hang out with them, they're like,
Did
you haven't ate
eat?
today. It'll be like 7 p.m. You haven't ate today, huh? And I'm
What
like,
the fuck,
"No."
Bree? Hats up, man.
Bro, I'm.
Hey, but
I'm
you're working on
busy,
it.
I'm
But you're working
busy.
on it.
Get shoddy a protein shake.
Yeah. I don't even be thinking about food. I just got too much going on in the
Like I said,
noggin.
she working on it. She working on it.
Yeah.
For me, my 3 weaknesses. Right now, I would say. I will say this one because it's something that I haven't always been naturally strong at it in particular. I would say my empathy, but I've definitely have became conscious of the weakness, and have been reading about how to become better at it, and things like that. So I've definitely been working on that. Another one I would say is kind of like what Bree said, kind of just managing a lot at one time. Um, No, you can't. This man, tweet. Nah, ain't no way.
I read it from afar.
Yeah, I was like, ain't no way.
I don't even know how you guys
Aw,
can see that
man.
shit.
Hey, so okay, going back to what I was saying, right? Yeah, just trying to manage a bunch of different things at one time. Right now I'm currently working and learning about a few different things. So it's just trying to manage all of them, and as of right now, I'm like the beginner, so it kind of like even with this, honestly, um, this is something I'm constantly working on, but I'm still, like I said, I'm still in the beginning process. I've only done this for a few months, so those are the things that I would say. And yeah, she got a man. I'm sorry about that. Come on now,
Got a man.
got a man. I'm sorry about that one, man.
Wait, what does this say? I can't even read it.
I didn't even read
Yeah,
it.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, my man. Come on now. Yeah, it's all good though. It's all good. Appreciate you for tuning in, though. Appreciate you for tuning in. All right. So we're about an hour, 30 minutes in. I'll ask you guys one more question. Actually, I'll ask you 2 more questions.
Wait, you never got to get into your view of friendships and relationships.
Friendships and relationships. Okay, so where do I want to start? Fellas? Well, you try A. Like I say, You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
True.
Okay, come on now. You know that. All right. How do I want to start this, man? Okay, so when it comes to, okay, I can't even. I'm trying to be very strategic in the way that I ask this because I want to ask like hear about Champ's exes. Come on now, we leave in the past, fellas. Come on now, we leave in the past. Oh, we up now. We up now. Come on now. I wanted to ask, what do you? I don't even know. I wanted to ask, what do you think the intentions? Okay, so like let's just say you meet a guy, right? Um, what do you look for in in a friendship with a guy? Or do you believe you can even have a friendship with a guy? Let's go ahead and go from there. I want to get your guys' opinions, and then
Should we ask?
I'll let you know my opinions. I'm very opinionated on this. Go ahead.
Should we ask Braun as a single gal?
Yes, we'll go ahead and ask Bree. Go ahead.
Okay, what was the question?
Oh hell no, it took me that long.
Is it possible to have male friends?
Yeah. Can you have what is it called? Platonic male friends. Can you have platonic male friends?
And we're saying friends are people that you
Let me get it out, fellas.
spend time with on purpose.
Okay, so yeah, let me preface with that one thing as well. So what I deem as a friend is somebody you can hang out with outside of obligation or set circumstance. So outside of work, school, whether that's let's just say somebody's in a relationship and you're friends with their significant other. I would say that's not technically a friendship because if something were to happen, you're probably not going to hang out with them. So that's that set circumstance. So outside of all those, you can hang out with that person.
So do you have guy friends?
Tell us. I feel like I want to say no. I feel like
Stop the
I
cap.
was talking about KJ. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
I was like, dude, what?
I'll get into it right now. Okay, go ahead.
I feel like okay. I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Why not?
I feel like if you come into an interaction with somebody, like okay, for me, if I come in interaction with a guy, and it's not at work or like you said, it has to be because one person has an interest in the other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And with that
Y'all
interest,
know who that is, by the way?
Who?
Nope.
No. Well, shit, me neither. I thought you guys would know, but it's okay.
I think I do. I think that may be one of my clients.
Well,
My friend.
appreciate you for
Maybe.
subscribing. Appreciate you for subscribing.
So I feel like okay, once you have that, there's already an intention.
Okay, so okay, for sure.
I feel like me personally, I've tried to be friends with people and
With guys.
with guys and like
How does that work out for you?
not good. Like honestly, I'm a person that I would be just friends with somebody. Like I could be, okay, but you know,
But you
sometimes
think
things
from
don't work
their
out that way.
point of view,
yeah.
it can't be that way.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Jada, what do you think?
I'm going to also say no.
'Kay.
I'm in a relationship, and
I wanted y'all to man, go ahead.
I would say like the guys that maybe I would consider my friends are like my friends' boyfriends. So it's never somebody that I would hit up on my own, text on my own, Snapchat on my own, say, hey, let's hang out. I don't have any guy friends like that. And I prefer to keep that boundary. Are there like people that I knew in high school that are guys that I think are good people and like we were friends in high school, but then that comes down to they're really just my acquaintance. They're really just someone I went to high school with. They're not my friend. I fucks with you, but we're going to keep it short. I'm not going to go to you if I need advice or something.
For sure. Well, fellas, I wanted you guys to say yes, but it's okay. It's okay. I agree with the ladies. I will say, for the most part, when a guy first, you kind of have to put a guy in the friend zone, anyways, right? And let's just say he's willing to uh stay in the friend zone, right? I feel like there is some concealed intention behind why he's trying to pursue the interaction furthermore. If he's been friend zoned, right? And you know for sure you friend zoned him, right? He's still concealing an intention and keeping up a little hope for what could be, right? For a opportunity to have an interaction or to have a relationship, right? So that's just through my perception right here. So I personally would never pursue a relationship with a girl unless there's a potential in a relationship. I don't see any utility in it. If I'm gonna find a friend, I'd probably want to find a friend that's a guy, because if I want to have a friend that's a guy, I'm probably gonna have more in common anyways. If I want a friend in general, I want somebody I can have the most amount of things in common with, and that just happens to be guys most of the time. So that's just the way I roll as well. Um, yeah. So there's that. I really wanted you guys to say, "Oh yeah, I could be friends with the guy," because I would challenge your point of view.
Well, if you wouldn't have given me your point of view of saying it as a guy,
Damn it, man! I should.
then maybe I would say that, because like I can think of some people that I would consider them a friend, but then like I said, when we're really talking about it, that's just an acquaintance. That's not someone I talk to on the daily, or I'm updating them about my life. If I run into you in person, cool.
Yeah, you ain't hanging out with him like that.
But I'm not
for,
hanging out with you.
for sure. Yeah. Okay. I feel like that right there. There's okay to the women that say yes to that, right? Those are. Do you think okay? So women, you think that say yes to that? What do you think? Do you think they're honestly? Do you think they're lying to themselves? Yes or no? Or do you think they're like naive in a way?
Either naive or they are lying to themselves, because they hope that guy would just be a friend, but they might know deep down that guy probably has feelings for you. So it's something they want to ignore because they just wish that he didn't have feelings for you, but that's not up to you. So maybe they choose ignorance,
Yeah, I definitely see that as a trend for sure.
especially if you're not in a relationship as a girl. Like maybe if you're single, you do hang out with that person here and there, and you only see it as platonic, but you kind of maybe low key that person wishes it was something more, but you're holding that boundary, and to them, like, don't, this is my boundary, don't cross it.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'm not okay. What I will say is, can it happen? Yes. Can it happen? Yes. Would I recommend it? No, I wouldn't recommend it. I'm gonna respond to this comment real quick. I have a lot of friends that are okay. Our friends. Okay. All right. Are you honestly waiting for an opportunity to slide through? If that's a yes, then no, you're not really their friends. Um, like I said, for me personally, I am not going to pursue a friendship with a girl. I'm not going to give them my time, attention, and resources. If like I said, if it's not something that I'm going to pursue for a relationship, it just doesn't seem.
If there's anything about Champ, he don't like his time to be wasted or waste his time. So
Damn
that
fucking
goes with
right.
that
Damn
too.
right. No, they got mans. Okay. So are you friends with their man? Probably. I'm gonna go ahead and say let's go ahead and assume. I'll wait for your answer, but let's just go ahead and assume yes, you are friends with their man. Then you probably hang out with him maybe at school, maybe whatever. I'm sure it's a set circumstance, so you're not really their friends. And if you are, okay, ask yourself this question: do you hang out with this person alone? Probably not. Probably not.
And
Let's
what
keep
do
it
you
1,000.
do?
Exactly. Okay. Exactly my point. You're friends with their man. Exactly. So they're friends with you, kinda.
By
Not really.
association.
By association. By default. By the way. So yeah, I wouldn't say you are friends. You're friendly. That's what I
There
would
you
say.
go. Friendly.
Exactly. There's a difference though. All right. I mean, I'll ask you guys one more question. I definitely love that topic. I'm very passionate about that. I just want somebody to disagree with me though. That's fine.
We need some different girls on here.
I will have some on soon. Another one I want to ask is there any specific goals right now that you would say you're close to accomplishing?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead, Jada. Go first.
I am about to be a homeowner.
About to be a homeowner.
Mhm.
Okay, homeowner Jada. Okay,
Vibes.
okay.
Just got a few more papers to sign,
Big goal vibes.
and then I'll get the key and start renovating and move in August.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, though. What is one thing? Let me ask you a question specifically onto that. What is one thing you were oblivious of throughout this entire process? Like before like pursuing the act of trying to buy a house, right? What was something that you're oblivious of? What's something you didn't think about, like you didn't take into account when thinking of like buying a house?
Yeah, I didn't realize that there's like property taxes that you have to pay monthly, and like even if you live somewhere where it's not like the nicest neighborhood, there's still probably an HOA that you're gonna have to pay, and you're not gonna want to fucking pay that. And there's just a lot. Like, the listed price for the house is not what you're gonna pay. You do all that math, it's not gonna be right. There's gonna be interest. There's always gonna be several things to factor in before you really know how much that house is.
Okay, for sure. So, it's not exactly like, yeah, it's not exactly what it's kind of like marketed to be, right? In a way,
Yeah.
there's like more to it than just the sticker price.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Bree, for you, or well, Jada, actually, do you have anything else that you can think of?
Nope.
Okay, Bree, for you.
I feel like currently it could be something that I'm close to accomplishing. I can't say specifically what at this moment because in case they're watching, can't spill the beans yet.
Yeah, spill the beans. Okay, fair enough.
I will tell you off camera if you want, but I would say I'm close to that, accomplishing that goal that I have. I feel like I just accomplished a few goals end of last year, like buying a brand new car.
Hey.
that.
Let's go. Let's
Nice
go.
car.
My own money. Trying to think. I feel like smaller goals, which is like getting promoted in work,
That's a big goal.
which
Yeah.
I just did.
That's
But
a nice accomplishment.
I mean, I feel like it's like a small. Maybe it's
Hey, let it be a
Still a
small
pretty
goal.
good
Hey, let it be a small goal for you. Hey, Bree got bigger goals in mind. Come on now.
okay. It was still a win.
Yeah.
It's still a win. You damn right. You damn
like
right.
making more money.
New whip.
Um,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yup.
But other than that, it's just okay. Well, my job, that was the small goal. I would say that's like one recently. But again, the one that I won't really speak too much on right now. But I'm close to that one. Maybe by the summer.
Do I know what you're talking about?
I think so. Yeah.
Should
We
she
can
know?
discuss after.
Should she know?
We're
She
gonna
probably does.
we're not gonna be friends after this podcast.
Oh,
You
hell
should
no.
have told me.
No. Maybe I'll be able to talk about it. But yeah, I'd say that's a goal that I'm saving money for, a lot of money for. So it's a goal. It's a big goal.
Okay. And then for me, I would say I'm close to uploading some of my first YouTube videos on my other YouTube channel. So I would say that's exciting. There's just some audio difficulties that have been going on, but I'll figure that out very soon. But yeah, that's one thing that I'm definitely very, very proud of when I actually get it uploaded. Anything else for me? I honestly say that's honestly pretty much all I can think about right now. But yeah, definitely coming soon. I had something I wanted to say as well. Hold on, let me see what I got right here. All right. All right. So up until this point in your life, right? What do you think has brought you? What is one thing that has brought you fulfillment in your own way, where you're like, whenever you do it, whenever you do this thing, you get like a sense of satisfaction that's kind of like it brings you back to yourself, like recenters you.
Spending time in nature.
Spending time in nature. Okay, I feel like
outside.
that's something that's so forgotten. It's like a forgotten. Yeah, it's definitely a forgotten thing in society now. People don't even go outside for like long, like going to their car.
Yeah. I purposely will like try and eat my lunch outside. If I have time in between clients, I'll sit out there. Just sit out there. Even if I'm on my phone outside, it's still like I can hear the birds. It's still a different like surrounding. I'll try to not be on my phone obviously, but still better than not doing it at all.
For sure. It's about to be hot as shit outside, but hey,
Bring
you're
a
doing good.
fan.
You're doing good.
Bring a little fan.
Yeah, KJ, I'll let you know the other channel, but I'll let you know after the podcast. Bree, for you, what do you think is what's one thing that you think has brought you fulfillment? I could probably answer for you, but I don't want to answer for you.
Well, I want to hear
I
that
want you to
answer.
explain. I want you to explain.
I would honestly, I would say spending quality time with the people that I love.
Brings fulfillment. Okay. Yeah, I would
Like,
definitely have to agree.
Genuinely. Like, I'm saying like quality time. Like, of course, we live together. We see each other. Well, depending on our schedules. Most of the time, every day. But when we spend like quality time together, like quality time where we go out and do something, it's like,
Oh yeah, hell yeah, it's a good time.
like it's like much appreciated time. But
Hell
not
yeah.
with just you, just like,
When
The
we
peop-
go on our little picnics.
yeah. My friends, my family, things like that. Like quality good time.
For sure, for sure. My answer was being a mother.
That
real.
too.
Right, so that's.
I mean, that goes with it too. When me and Bash have
Realistically,
our
yeah.
quality time, it's like
Mm-hmm.
it makes me like realize how far I've come, and it's like as being a parent when you see your child grow, or like that you see them the way that they act or talk, or like when they do things, and you're just like,
Yeah, see, like
you
you're
know?
smiling right now. Exactly, that brings you a sense
Yeah.
of fulfillment for sure.
But like I feel like you also kind of see that in a way, because I feel like every time, I mean, obviously you see it, but like when Bash does something new, or like he says something and you realize how smart he is, you're like, you always say, Bree, like you created that, like that's your son, like
So
that's your
I
kid.
said that's your man's right there.
Yeah, that's your man's. Or he'd be like, you created that, like you did that, and I'm like,
That shit's cool. Yeah, for sure. Always a great time.
I feel like that's like very rewarding
Hell yeah.
as being
Hell
a
yeah.
parent. Like like they learn new things, they have their milestones, and like very rewarding.
Yeah,
Like
their accomplishments are your accomplishments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then hold on, let me answer some of these things. So, him supporting y'all. His first goal was getting a motorcycle. Yeah, that's definitely something you gotta get. You gotta get emotional. That's pretty dope though. Jada living life. Come on now, of course. Bree got the new whip, and yeah, I'll send you the other thing. And then he says brings fulfillment.
Hey,
Hang out
get
with
your money
family.
up, not your funny up,
Yeah, facts. So
as they say.
facts. As
They-
they say.
As they.
As they say. As you say.
Eh,
Are you they or no?
no,
Okay.
I was just gonna say, and by they I mean you.
Me?
You be saying that to everybody.
Facts. So you ain't wrong. And then
Camp's all about his money.
come on now. Come on now, of course. And then riding your dad's motorcycle. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. Is there anything else? We're about to wrap it up right here very, very soon. Is there anything else you guys would like to talk about? Or is there any last words that you wanna say? All right. I'll take that as no. So yeah, we're about to wrap it up right now. I just want you guys to leave off the people that are watching. I want you to leave them off with one piece of advice going into their next week or going into this weekend that they can take. So I'll go ahead and start. One thing I will say is make sure you take time to really celebrate your smallest achievements. Incremental steps forward are steps forward nonetheless. Make sure you really take time to, appreciate those moments, because those moments mean just as much as the bigger moments. That's what I will say. Bree, is there anything you would like to leave them off on?
Yeah. Manifest. Manifest big.
Go big or go home.
If you're gonna do anything, manifest.
Okay.
You could do that any time of the day, every day. Do it.
And then Jada, for you?
I'm gonna tell everyone to try and choose love. Try and be patient and you're faced in a situation. If you should do good or bad, just choose good.
Choose good? Okay, for sure. Well, I read. Yeah. Give me some relationship advice, man. Hey, my dog. Hey, I can't give. Man. We'll have a podcast. Actually, the next podcast is gonna be relationship advice. I'll do that. Actually, that's what we'll do. I just want to have the right person on, honestly, to have like all the entire conversation. I want to actually have a podcast dedicated to that.
There's a lot
So
to say. So
if
yeah.
you have any specific questions, like I said, go ahead and text me. Yeah, like I said, my phone's always available, so go ahead and text me if you have anything in specific. But I will definitely. I'll have it next week for sure. But like I said, I just want to have the right person on, and I want it to be the main topic that we talk about the entire
Do you
time.
have any ideas of who that person might be?
Him, honestly, I want him to be on, but I might have to start the podcast a little later. But he'd be great.
He
He'd
got
be
a
great
girly
for
friend?
what?
He got a girly friend?
Hell no.
Oh.
Nah, no shots to him. No shots to him. What I'm saying is,
Don't hurt his
He's-
feelings, bro.
he's a person that really. Well, first he's a person who knows what he wants, and he's a person who, um, he thoroughly observes things a lot more than what I would see in a lot of other people. He observes things and he takes note of things that, like I said, the average person definitely wouldn't take into account. So yeah, that's what I will say.
AKJ, first step, work on yourself.
Facts. Last step,
True.
work on yourself. Exactly. That's my relationship advice.
Hey,
Work on
you can
yourself.
Take,
My last piece of advice, I'll actually leave it off on, is right now, you're working on yourself for the wife that you will have one day and the kids that you will have one day. So with that being in mind, like I said, be very careful with the things you do today, because things you do today can and will affect your life with your future partner and with your kids. So I'm gonna say that.
True.
So we'll leave it off on that. All right. Yeah. So we're just under 2 hours. So I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Until next time, like I said, I'll be live Wednesday and Friday of next week. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. And until next time, you guys have a good rest of your night.